Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's vlog post. First day of December, last month of the year. And believe me, being around this business, I know that uh, December can be a very exciting time of the year. It can also be extremely frustrating. But what I've come to realize is the fact that it comes down to being a choice. With all the holiday celebrations, with completing the old year and preparing for the new one, things can get very complicated if you really don't take the time to plan out these next 30 or so days, um, and prepare yourself, and most importantly, prioritize your time, your efforts, your energy, and really look at what is going to transpire over the month to come and take the time to get it all nailed down, because things can happen very quickly. They can get out of control really quickly. And before you know it, you've got trouble at work, you've got trouble at home. All the goodwill for the entire year can get shot in the matter of a few days just because things got lost. And it's because we deal with an overcrowded social schedule. We have serious demands placed upon our professional obligations, the end of the year numbers for ourselves, the end of the year numbers for our referral partners, and all the emotions go with it, make our professional lives really challenging. And one of the keys to getting through all that and really enjoying the days, the last days of 2022, is really understand that you can control this. The control of your time and your energy and your directions is right at your fingertips. But you just have to prioritize and schedule all the things that you want to do and all the things that you need to get done in advance, so that you don't fall victim to building bad habits where you're slipping in things to the schedule and adding additional commitments to your time and your energy. Because that, while you try to be accommodative, can really cause big challenges down the road and really diminish all the good that you're trying to do. So what I've always done, and what I've suggested to my loan officers to do, is to sit down and go through a relatively simple exercise, which is first to list all the obligations that I have for my family and my friends as far as my commitments go. And they can range from parties and gatherings that we do, concerts that you may want to be attending, or family events. I remember my kids always had all sorts of concerts and celebrations and parties and stuff that I wanted to go to. Many people have traditions, both old and new, things that they do or like to go: tree lighting, seeing Santa Claus, skating, whatever it is, or things that maybe you've wanted to do, or traditions you may have wanted to start in your family, and every year it never seems to get done. Well, now's the time to get it into your schedule, and putting in place those pockets of time where the people that you're surrounding yourself with are going to have your undivided attention. You're not looking at your phone every 5 minutes. You're not distracted, but you're committed to all the different things that you're doing and all the celebration that this season is known for, and to be able to enjoy it. The next part becomes the professional obligations, and these can be very demanding as well. There are professional events, there are referral partner events, there are our own company events that we have to be. There may be charitable events that you're associated with, or people that that you're associated with that you want to be supportive of. And then there are just the clear work deadlines of the things that we want to do. The important piece here is to understand you got to set and know your limitations. There are only so many days in December. There are only so many things that you can do without stressing yourself. And that's why I've had you make the list of these priorities, so that you can get it all down on paper and put them in where you think they fit, and set for yourself, all these tasks that you're going to do, and prioritize them and get them written down, so that you have them on paper and in front of you thinking the way it's going to work by December the 5th. And once you've got that, I want you to share it with your family and with your work accountability partner, whoever that may be, or your boss or your team or whatever it is, so that you don't miss anything, that you didn't overlook anything that should be there. And if you've shared, once you've got all those things down and you've shared it with all of these people, by December 8th, you can lock it all down and say all the pieces of the puzzle, where they need to be, this is what I'm going to do, and then get out there and execute the plan and enjoy it. And leave yourself time to do the things that you want to do. And let's be honest, after all this, if it didn't make the list, if it didn't get included into your plan by December the 8th, then it probably wasn't as big a priority as it could be. Now, would there be opportunities that show up that you could not have seen coming? Certainly, I guess there could be. But then you've got to look long and hard at that list and realize, if you've got a blank space there and it's not going to interfere with anything else on the list that you've already committed to, then I think that it's fine. But if it's going to take over time, especially if it's family and friend obligations, then you really have to be cautious. And part of the reason that I had it listed this way, why the friends and the family piece I have down first, is because those are the things that really matter. In the long run, scheduling your friends and family time is always the thing that's most important. And I'm not saying that there isn't plenty of time to do work, and you may be spending a lot of time during the day and in evenings during these last few days of 2022 being committed to a lot of work things. But they have to be built around the important personal things that you have to do, because at the end of the day, we don't regret the parties, the work parties that we went to anywhere near as much as we regret the family and friends things that we bypassed in order to do them. There's nobody that ever goes to their deathbed and the last words out of their mouth is, "I wished I worked more." It doesn't happen that way. And the older I get and the more I look at the holidays and the more that I see what's going on, the more I cherish the time that I get to spend with my family and my friends and my grandchildren. 8 years ago, I didn't have 3 grandsons that I have now. And I wouldn't trade the time that I spend with them for all the money in the world. Something I didn't know was going to be this important to me 8 years ago. And now I can't think of anything that I'd rather do than spend my time during these holidays watching those 3 little boys be happy because I was able to do something and spend some time with them. And I think we all can understand that. So keep this in mind, keep working it through. If you're having challenges creating the priority list or working through your schedule or whatever, it's simple. Just send me an email. Let's work through it. Let's talk about it. Let's get you squared away, because clearly there's a lot of things that we can do to benefit ourselves and our situation. And certainly I don't want you overcome and be paralyzed and not do anything, because there is a lot on your plate and you're not able to prioritize and work it out. So I'm here if you need help. If not, you'll get the blog post again next week. Take care.